So this is the first race from Monday at Interlagos.
Mm-hmm.
The first incident to look at is between Lorne and Remy.
Oh, there was no space there for him to appear. That surprised me. Yeah, it's like at no point was there really a gap.
No.
Fortunately, only the perpetrator sort of had a problem. Is it my imagination, or was his steering already bent as if he's had some contact somewhere else?
Does look
Still
bent.
There, yeah.
Because he hit a wall.
That'd be why then. It was just like something must have happened unless it's a freak of the replay. That there.
But it's not registered that.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's a touch.
Yeah. I mean, he's sort of coming back onto the track, though.
He is.
So, I mean, fortunately, it didn't affect anyone else other than him.
He kind of caused that himself.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think we'll move on from that, shall we?
Yeah.
And again, he's off track there when he's going for a gap.
Oh, yeah, I think he's avoiding, isn't he? Look, he's locked up.
Yeah.
So the questions we need to answer: the contact with Lorne, did it cause damage, and was it a big enough impact for there to be a save needed? It didn't look like it from the outside.
No, it didn't.
Looking at the steering, but you wouldn't have known there was the contact, would you?
No, you wouldn't have. Didn't even. Oh, it was a slight judder, but it wasn't even a bang.
No.
I mean, it was where he sort of slipped off of the sausage curb.
Yeah.
And made the contact. So
and he's yielded and given the places back, hasn't he? So
yeah, he was the only loser out of it.
Yeah.
But perhaps that's there, but yeah, it's got to be more careful about going off track and coming back on, sort of thing, in the first one. Not that I want to give a penalty or anything, but
no, yeah, absolutely. Just I think because it's
2 in a few corners.
Yeah, I think because it's a community event in cars. We don't normally drive, but yeah, you're absolutely right. So just not a warning or anything, but Remy,
no,
just use your radar. Make sure the road's clear when your rejoins, mate. I'm sure you will understand that.
Cold tyres.
Cold tyres. Bent steering wheel. Right, Frank. And Errol. 309. Just a.
Up there.
Yeah.
And there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again. It's.
Yeah. Just a bit of
nothing really in it for me, I don't think.
Sebastian and Frank, that was the two touches, one on the right and the one in front of him. That's the same. Cookie. 318 with Dan.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that's race 1.
Oh, well done, everyone, for that being it.
So this is race 2.
Yep.
At Bahrain. And so first contact, that one was between Dan and Mr. Alfano.
Oh, yep. Little tappage.
Which was there. I don't think it was a big impact, though, was it? They always sound worse on LMU, don't they?
They do sound worse
than they actually are, and which is a bit frustrating because you can't tell just from the sound.
Yeah, I mean, it was firm, but it wasn't hard.
Yeah,
I would say. I mean, it's not looking like it's showing any damage, but
I think there's a little bit. But I mean,
yeah,
I don't think it's for me. For me, it's a racing incident. I think rather than anything else. Do you agree?
Replay. It's all over the place, then.
I don't. For me, it's not enough in it.
It's all pixelated and just juddering. I can't actually see what's going on, mate.
Oh, hold on a second. Is that better?
Fire that one up. Right. If you could try it again. No, it's literally.
Yeah, for me, it's an NFA. I don't think it's.
Yeah, that's quite a good view. That one. It shows there. There's not really anything in it.
No.
So for me,
the bash
I'll
is
go with that one.
The sound is worse, isn't it, than anything else?
Yeah.
All right. So Frank, let's do these in order. So there's that sort touch there between Frank and Stephen, which is there. So that's okay.
And nothingness again.
Okay. And then we've got myself and Mr. Alfano.
I'd say you were alongside.
In his defence,
it's a tricky one.
He has
You're
just
not
taken
alongside before you're braking, are you? Really?
Well, no,
but it's one of them odd corners. This one, isn't it?
In his defence, he does take a bump, doesn't he?
Yeah. It is tricky. And also, it sort of followed the line. Yes, you can't turn in if someone's there, but can we have a look from outside and see about the braking and where you actually were? Sorry, drag your name through the mud here, just in case. But it's got to be done. Because we're saying about it. See, I get what's happening and I do it myself, but if you're saying you have to be alongside at the braking, but
it's a bit different on that, wasn't it?
And it's almost like a standstill corner, so it is tricky. It's a bit like Monza turn one, isn't it? You're not always alongside. I mean, you're there now, but he's sort of committed, but that's a real tough one to go with.
Because you're the one that decides this.
Yeah, I know.
The things you need to to take into account is, have I sent it down the inside? Was I making the apex?
Yeah, I mean,
did I leave enough room? Did he leave enough room? Is the
he didn't leave enough room. Yes, you were making the apex and everything else. He just carried on turning in when you were already there. As we say, it is one of those corners where this happens, but he's not been aware that you're there and just turned.
Yeah.
So it's not on you from that point. Did it cause damage? Because it was quite a clang in. But obviously you've had to take avoiding action and sort of go off because he's coming at you. So I'd say it's on him. Yeah, I would say it is.
Is it Peterborough? I don't. I would, to be honest, I would.
It's borderline.
Yeah.
Only because it looks like it's caused damage, but there are mitigating circumstances.
Yeah.
But he should have left you more space. I would say just either an NFA or, at worst, he just needs to be, a bit more aware of surroundings and just, not even really a warning, but
yeah. I put it down as an NFA because if it's undecided, it goes as a racing incident, doesn't it? So.
Yeah.
Right, next one is Aero 226 with Gert.
Oh, there it was. A little backdoor nudgy.
Yeah, the concertina effect, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's massive. As I say, the only thing it's Monza, isn't it? But a tighter bit of a bend there. Everything does just naturally back up. We've all been caught out there at some point.
So
nothing
in it, is it?
Yeah.
Most instant for
that
me.
was the next one that we've just watched.
No, it's some more before that.
What is there?
Yeah, just I think bumps and scrapes as the people come through.
Yeah.
There. So Frank 230. Those might be the next one. Oh, that was it there.
That was it, right? Okay.
That was that one.
I was concerned to see someone coming out from left field earlier.
Oh. This is the next one we need to figure.
Right.
So let's just hold on
go
there.
back up a bit.
There is just one between you. Hold on a second. Yeah, and Gert as well. I think it's just going through this.
There.
That one there.
Yeah, because I've got someone that's just coming back on the tracks, and to be honest, I was avoiding that.
Yeah.
I think, if I remember rightly. Yeah, he just drove out on the apex at me, and I just went wide to avoid.
Yeah, but it doesn't NFA because it's just everyone's sorting themselves out.
Yeah. Who was that was coming back on?
Gert.
What, on the black and white car from the left?
Oh no, we haven't got that. Hold on, we're getting there. Looking for Frank.
The one I've just swerved.
There's one with Frank at 232.
That there. So, right. So he's bounced off of one and gone across and hit Aero, is that?
No, so that is Gabrielle.
Frank's sort of gone out, but then he's. Can we slow it down? Yeah, Frank's sort of trying to leave room for the one on the inside, and it started a whole.
He gets a light touch there, which pushes him just
left.
It's
this next one. Frank's drifted out into him and touched the back there. Yeah, it's done well to avoid the ones on the inside, but he's just hit the guy's back and then. Oh, hell's letting loose.
Yeah, it's
tricky.
Because I think it's this bit here, isn't it?
Yeah,
this is bit. If there's any, is there any blame on this? Because obviously this is what causes the
whole thing. But if you look, the blue and white car sort of stays right out and leaves the room.
Yeah.
He can't really, the white line's there. Yes, he can dangle two wheels over, but see, that's a bad angle to see Frank's bit, because it does look like he just goes out, but obviously it's one of them. Tires are cold and all that, and is he got lack of traction which has taken him out there?
Yeah, I think it's hard to.
Yeah.
Because for me, that first bit there is a racing incident.
Yeah. The first rub.
Yeah.
That bit there, nothing.
And that's.
I think what. There's not a lot in it, is there? Do you know what I mean? It's like.
Thing is, if this is the bit that causes everything.
Yeah.
So, and this for me, this part here is a racing incident. So you can't.
Yeah. You
can't penalise for that
because of the end result.
Just going to jump to this chap who's next to Frank here.
Yeah.
Because could it have been made any less worse by? Well, there's no brakes being held whatsoever there.
No.
Would it have made a difference? Well, we never know because the brakes were never held. But
are they on there?
They're not on at all. It's not. It's no brakes held in the making of this incident.
Yeah, they've not been held at all.
So, unfortunately, Mr. Bogger, that is a penalty to start with. Because
did anyone else?
We'll go through and check. But
yeah,
and there's always going to be the well, would it have made any difference? Well, the thing is, we never know. But yes, it would have made a difference somewhere for everybody who was holding their brakes.
Yeah.
So, bear with me a sec while I just mark these down. So, because it's first lap instant, it gets doubled. So it's 5 seconds for not holding your brakes. But it's caused an incident, so it's 10 seconds, which is doubled to 20. First lap. But it's just all the knock-on bits after, isn't it? So
Yeah.
that probably wouldn't have happened if people had held the brakes. So, right, so Gabrielle.
Brakes.
No brakes being held.
Yeah.
However, it's not caused.
It's not caused.
It's not caused an incident.
Yeah, but nevertheless.
So no, yeah. So, Granta. So it's 5 seconds, but double for the first lap.
Yeah.
And the reason we're so strong.
Say about it does seem
Yeah,
harsh, but
it does seem harsh. But
behind it.
The reason is, if you don't hold the brakes, you end up. I mean, if you'd held your brakes here, the chances of you hitting the wall and losing your spoiler are a lot smaller. Not penalising you for that, but if you've taken, people need to get into the habit of holding their brakes. If you spun a car in real life, the first thing you would do is apply your brakes. So, people need to apply the same ethics.
Unfortunately, we have to sort of, on things like this, write a blanket rule, so to speak.
Exactly.
To stop the bits, from just becoming bad habits that people don't do, and they're rolling back places and causing all sorts of stuff.
Let's show an example of how it helps when you do hold your brakes. Although Frank, it's got up here.
He held his brakes and it worked.
See, he held his brakes again there, and he's been able to come back on the track. People might think, well, what difference does that make? Well, it's, if he hadn't have held his brakes, he would have taken the car out in front a lot more, ended both races.
Yeah.
And so,
well done, Frank.
Yeah.
Although you were involved at the start,
and
you've done the right thing.
Just going back to Gabrielle Granta, said for not holding the brakes here. Oh no, wrong person. Sorry. The who's the other one? Mr. Varga. That probably wouldn't have happened. This second, yes, you kind of not going to be able to avoid that because you get turned around.
Yeah.
But if the brakes had been held, slammed on now, not sliding all the way across the other track and taking this car out and hitting Frank. So this is why penalties are given for not holding brakes.
Yeah.
Right. So on to the next one, which is again Frank and Lawn. Which is 233, which is so this is it's right. It's
all
there.
Right, yes, that one there.
Yeah. Not too far. There we go.
Sort of gone off in front of him, and he's got nowhere to go. But he's holding his brakes. Admittedly, he let them off once he was on the gravel a bit.
But he did apply them at the beginning.
He did
as well.
apply them, and he's on them 90% of the time. Do you know what I mean? It's like
there's not much you could have done about that, really.
Yeah,
with the stuff that's going
like with
on in
that,
front.
yes, the brake lights did come off briefly. He was off the track, and it had no impact.
No,
but the intention was there that he's done it. So therefore, that's fine.
Frank at 334. Oh, I'm some wrong person. Wrong F. at 34, which is that one
Yeah.
between them two, which they can't really.
It's all part and parcel.
Yeah.
And he's on the brakes.
And then the next one is Jordan Biddle at 235.
There.
Which is that one.
There's 2 rubs, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's Jordan with, and the touch on Mr. Varga was this one on the left here.
Yeah.
Right, so that's all of them, because that's 3 touches there. Mr. Waldridge, 248.
All right, yeah. Someone's sort of up the inside, so he's come out to give them room, and it's...
Yeah.
For me, that's as long as nothing happens to the car on the outside.
Yeah, so the car on the outside was...
that one of the Jordans?
Stephen. No, that's Stephen there.
It's one of the Jordans.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Straightened each other up again as well.
Yeah.
She's fine. And then 240. So that was that one. And then Stephen and Errol, 248. So looks, I think that might have been.
It's a wiggle.
There.
There. Again, it was just a difference in speed, and because you got a wiggle on. So
yeah, and then this is the last one where Arrow's lost it.
All right, yeah.
So
I like the brake lights there.
Yeah, so let's just now again holding brakes. So this is a good example. All right, it didn't work out well for Aero, but held his brakes until he's come to a complete stop. Unfortunately, he's on the exit of a corner, but 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a lot easier to move around a stationary object than one where you don't actually know he's going to end up shooting backwards or start moving forwards. So that's why we get people to hold their brakes. So, because if somebody, from the examples before, where say Mr. Varga wasn't holding his brakes, has got a penalty because he carried on going across the track, and Frank hit him and got lots of damage. He's got a penalty for causing an incident, not holding his brakes. You might say, well, what difference that made? Well, it's made the difference that you get in the penalty because it's the unpredictability. See, now this is Aero's lost control of the car, but he's held his brakes.
He's still on his brakes. He's still on his brakes until it was safe to move.
But he's not going to get a penalty for it.
No.
Because you can't penalise someone for there being losing control of the car, but doing the right thing about it.
Yeah.
So that is the end of lap.
No, it's not.
One.
Right.
It is, yeah. End of lap 1.
Yeah.
Right. So the report for this is Mr. Alfano, unsafe rejoin.
No brakes again. And there you go.
Right, so
because I was behind it, and I think even I had to go round.
Yeah. So
just like, why would you do that?
An unsafe rejoin defined by another car having to take avoiding action by either steering inputs or throttle inputs.
I think he went for the pit, but no, I didn't have to.
Yeah, so
I didn't have to.
Jordan clearly see it to do it.
Yeah.
So now, Mr. Alfano is new to our group, and did he DNF after? So he DNF'd. So time penalties would not be able to be applied. So a warning for Mr. Alfano. Please read the rules and regulations. There are the three biggest cardinal sins that anybody really can commit, apart from doing something intentionally, which we won't, we shouldn't happen. So we it's not classed as one of the cardinal sins. But if you lose control of your car, whether it's through fault of your own or through contact with another car, hold your brakes. Cardinal sin number one, if you get it wrong. Cardinal sin number two is unsafe rejoins. If you've lost control of the car, whether it be fault of your own or through an incident, yes, you've lost time. Yes, you've lost places. Bite the bullet, suck it up and deal with it and rejoin safely. If you can't drive safely on a track, people make mistakes. I get that. That's fine. But there are certain things, we see new people coming in doing. If you learn from it, fantastic. But and that's very good. But we're going to see something in the next race, which is along the same lines. So, the two worst things you can do, and if your race is ruined for whatever reason, you have to deal with it and don't let it affect others. If you wouldn't do it in a real car on a real road, don't do it on one of our tracks, one of our races. Right. So third and final race, Monza. First one is you, my friend. 2:29.
It's got to be a rub somewhere round in the chicane, I reckon. Oh, no, I got hit up the back. There you go. Wasn't even my fault.
And it wasn't even the right timestamp that you said it was at. But let's just make sure it was the Remy. No. Excellent.
Right. Okay.
Hold on a sec. Right. So after getting ChatGPT to redo its fucking work, first instant contact is between Stephen and Frank, which we just saw off as we was testing it, which is fine. Sebastiano and Ero, which would be that one.
Oh, that'll do it.
Ero. Right. He's brake late. You can see that.
Yeah. And he's got two wheels just rubbed onto the grass by the looks of it at one point.
It was a big enough hit to need a save.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
who was that?
Ero.
Guilty.
Hang him. 20 seconds. First lap. 10 seconds. First lap. Avoidable incident.
Mm-hmm.
But just going back to just reiterating what we was talking about before, in lap race 2 about holding brakes.
They couldn't put that bar in a worse place, could they?
But see, Aero held his brakes all the way through that.
Yep.
Yes, he's caused damage to another car. You know, and Aero, we know, he's put his hands up and and accepted the penalty. But he's also stopped him from bouncing off the wall back into the pack and causing more damage, and restricted the amount of damage that he's got for himself by just holding his brakes.
Yeah.
As we saw from the last race, people start sliding across the car. The cars are unpredictable when they're just sliding and the tyres are spinning looking for grip.
Yeah.
But he's held his brakes, hasn't, because I think if he hadn't have held his brakes, he'd have ended up
back out.
He'd have taken all these out.
Yeah.
So,
it would have just propelled him forward.
Absolutely. So, well done, Aero. We can't really expect that from Aero. Being a club trustee and whatnot. Franklin and Remy 234.
On the left, wasn't
it? So Remy's in front here. It was only a light touch, but I think what has saved Remy here from actually having a bigger impact and possibly might save Frank for a penalty here is being right on the rear bumper of the car in front. So couldn't actually, the slide was not possible. Do you see what I mean?
Well, I don't find it as funny because I know who's the car in front.
Well, yes, I know. Yeah. Admittedly. But
yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's just
nowhere to go.
No, like just wedged. And there's no damage on the back of the car either. So there's 2 touches from Frank. Sebastian, who was struggling to the left. So
I mean, he can't. He was saving it after Aero.
Absolutely.
And sorted his rear end.
But I think they've actually done, all of them done a really good job of getting through there, because that could have been a hell of a lot worse.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
I was violated.
So that they go down as an NFA. So Frank on Remy is an MFA. Frank and Sebastian is an NFA. Right, we just need to. Obviously, we'll do these in order as they on the spreadsheet. Mr. Moffat, hang him.
Hang him.
Antonio at 235. Let's just go back a couple of seconds.
Oh, as heads up back.
Yeah.
Someone smacked him. Oh, that's a double whammy.
Again, it's so frustrating, the sound of these. Because you hear that and you think, God, that must be huge. But if you watch Dan's inputs here, I bet he'd hardly know. It didn't even affect his steering, did it?
No.
It's it always sounds so much worse. So for me, he just about gets away with it.
It's just about.
Because there's not.
Bit of pinball wizard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's a nice line down the grass there. Whoever that was.
That was Aero, isn't it? Oh.
No. There's one going down the other grass.
Oh yeah. We'll get to that bit. We'll get to that bit.
Right, okay.
Gaza and Remy 235.
I've got a sorted.
Yeah.
There you go. Double whammy. I think that was when Frank hit him up the back, wasn't it?
It was, and wedged him in between.
Ruined my race.
Sebastian and Remy, we know, is an NFA. Right, Mr. Alfano. On lawn, 235. She's that rub there.
There's nothing in that.
No, she's fine. Hendrick, 235 as well. Everyone touched at 235.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the one with Antonio. That's fine. Jordan, Mr. Biddle, or Beadle, as Jim calls him. I can't see him. There
Watch out. Beadle's about.
Yes, Mr. Jordan.
Ah, right. Decisions. Oh.
I mean, so yeah,
take to the grass to avoid because everyone's locked up in front.
Yeah.
And there's no grip out there to slow down.
There is no grip out there.
And as much as, you know, it has affected the trajectory of the car that he's assaulted.
Yeah. So that's Stephen that he clatters into.
Okay.
So how big was the hit?
Quite a lot.
Yeah. So obviously is that to save the car?
Yeah.
Which caused other knock-on repercussions because obviously this.
Yeah.
So Mr. Biddle. $20 seconds. First lap incident. Which I think he knew was coming. Yeah. Right. So then it's me.
Oh, hang him.
Yep.
Definitely.
Me and Gert, first of all, and me and Jordan.
Oh. But, well done for getting out the way of that. And then not.
Yeah.
You did ever so well until
I took avoided action.
Yeah.
I thought, right, I'm not going there.
Yeah.
I'll go here.
Yeah. Slowly, gently, you know, you've not nailed it or done anything silly.
No.
But everyone's wanted to be with you.
Yeah. It was the place to be.
Yeah. Trouble is you can't see that smoke, and it's.
Everything's obviously you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just want to say one thing on this because I do feel that
it didn't fully slow, did he?
Well, it just I don't think he would have hit the cars in front. For me, you've just got to be more patient here and wait for the traffic to go through. You can't just drive off
turning
track.
early.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not even got to the cars. He's not avoiding. He's just cutting because he thinks it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you can see there's cars on the grass and that, so why turn early?
Yeah, because you're not hitting those cars.
He's gone early. No. So he's literally tried. Not being funny, but it's like he's trying to gain advantage by it, but it's a split-second decision. But yeah, he's gone early. He's gone early to hopefully jump round the corner, I think, which you're not entitled to do. And then got stuck together with you.
So did it go down as an avoidable incident? penalty?
I would say so, yeah. Yeah, because, like we say, he had space, and yes, he was locking up at the end of it before he sort of, but not enough that he would have had. He'd have had less damage had he stayed straight here.
Yeah, it's again.
If he'd have even got there.
I don't think you're hitting them cars in front. You're stopping, but you. I know there's a kerfuffle in front, but you just got to wait for it to clear. You can't just drive off track.
Just drive. I mean, and it was a long way. I know you had to avoid an accident action, but you trundled through and you were on the motor bit, which he didn't wait that long.
No, yeah, exactly. I wasn't trying to gain an advantage. I was just trying to.
You're avoiding a car that's coming across right there, really slowly, and yes, he's arrived, and it sounded worse than it was, but he didn't need to do that.
No.
So it's an avoidable for me.
Yeah. Next one was me and Jordan, which was the car on the left that was in that. So that's
which was
and then there is one. The last one we need to check 240 between Jordan Forte and Lawn. I think it's just a rubbing because of getting through this.
There. He's taking.
Yeah.
He's got.
He's doing the same thing as Mr.
Do that.
He's got. Oh, I didn't mean to. This bloody slider thing.
Hero type.
Yeah.
He doesn't need.
He doesn't need to do that. No, he really doesn't need to do that.
He's cutting there to avoid something he thinks might happen. He's like, no, let's go across there. So
because of this,
got tagged doing it because he's going the wrong way suddenly.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that is it Jordan?
Yeah.
He was trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And the other car has basically come across him and hit him.
Yeah. So that's he's caused. Lawn has caused an avoidable incident, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if he'd been going around the track the way he should have been,
there would have been no contact.
No, exactly. There's no reason to. You just need to go around the corner slowly. You just need to pull round there. Again, it's kind of what.
It's just turned out early.
Yeah.
He was on the track and just went to cut across.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for me, that's on the lawn.
Yeah. So, and himself a 20-second penalty. He definitely wouldn't have taken 20 seconds to get through.
Yeah.
So, was it worth it? Right. Right. So on to the reports.
Yeah.
Try and do them in lap order.
Yeah.
Lap 3, Remy and Mr. Granta. So 7:02 on the.
Oh, is he backing up?
Yes. So we're going to see.
Right. Oh.
So it looks like it's synchronized spinning coming out of Lesbo 2.
He's damaged there. And he's backed out into the line, which has caused whoever's the middle car probably to brake and lock up, which is why he's ended up sideways. Can we follow? Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Because he will have seen it and jammed on the brakes by the
Yes, Cerebral Frank. So, to be fair, he had nothing to do with the that one.
Yeah.
Right, so let's just...
But he has backed out onto the track in the racing line.
Yeah.
At that point, he was against the barrier and in no danger.
Yeah. It's never going to be easy.
2 goes at it.
Yeah, it's never going to be easy to rejoin the track when you have to reverse.
Yeah.
But you've got to take your time over it. Make sure the map. Use your track map to make sure there's no cars coming. Use your delta and the relative to see there's no cars coming. Because you can't just
do that.
You're causing more incidents.
I mean, between the 3 of you, you've blocked the whole track.
Yeah, you wouldn't if you lost control of your car on a real road. You wouldn't just reverse out without making sure there are no other cars coming, would you? So earn yourself a penalty for an unsafe rejoin, Mr. Granta. So let's just pop that in there, Granta. Unsafe rejoin. Which is 10 seconds. Right. So that's that one. I just want to watch for
see what happened. So, I mean, those 2 waited and did the right thing.
Everybody else made to rejoin safely.
Yeah.
Well done, Dave and Frank. Right, let's right, so Mr. Granta again at lap 6, 9:56 on the trying to pass on the inside, going to where's 9 minutes 56.
So it should be there, but it's not.
Perhaps he means
9
minutes 56 on
the left run.
No, nothing there. Lap 6, he said. So let's go back to Sebastiano. Lap 6. So this is lap 6. Let's just. Well, there's nothing there. Sorry, Sebastian, but 9:56 or on lap 6, there's nothing between you and Mr. Granta that I can see. So I should move on to the next one. Dan Wilson. I've just gone name blind, can't see him.
So,
Oh,
P1.
yeah, look, there he is. Lap 6, 13:29 on the replay. Right.
Timings are out.
This is interesting. He says lap 6, so let's watch quickly. Let's see if there is anything on the actual lap itself.
No.
He might have meant it from. So let's look. Gertz, lap 6 and 13:29. Shall we?
If the other cars were on a different lap,
Yeah.
perhaps.
All right. Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah, it'd be their lap 6, not.
So this is Dan coming through now. So.
Jeez. Whoa. I mean, if your car's that damaged,
Why are you driving it?
Yeah, why are you driving it? You can't be going side to side over the track like that.
No, you can't.
You know, unfortunately, that's life. Or, like there, you know, it's things aren't right. Go back to the pits. But even if you don't do that, go at a crawl so you're not diving one side to the other.
Can't be swerving across the track.
No.
It's just not on.
No, that's. I mean, that's
the race leader's coming through.
Yeah. And you've taken him out.
And you've just taken him out.
Yeah, that's.
It's not acceptable.
No.
Sorry, Gert. That is just. If you can't. Again, I understand you can't RTG like in LMU that you can ACC or iRacing stuff like that. It ends your race. But if you was driving your real car and it was damaged and you couldn't keep it in a straight line, you were swerving from side to side, would you drive it?
No.
Exactly. The answer is no. First of all, you get nicked, and it's.
I can't. Yeah, and the fact that it's taken out the leader.
Yeah. It's These are not public lobbies. Do you know what I mean? It's.
No.
So he's just lost P1 because of that as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You can't do that. I'm afraid. It's just. It's not honest.
No.
So it's what's his surname? Swat. There we go. So.
I mean, what I'm struggling to keep from deciding what the penalty should be for that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's got to go down as an avoidable incident. But I think there's a big warning needs to be applied to it because it's unsportsmanlike behaviour as well. And I reiterate, these are not public lobbies. You know, this is and if you feel hard done by, put the shoe on the other foot. If you was leading a race, and P2 is not too far behind, and somebody who cannot control the car takes you out, and you lose P1, how are you going to feel? I just want to
the warnings as well. are not only a warning for them, but if someone did it again, it escalates very rapidly.
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
What the punishment is.
I just want to see what caused. Absolutely right. The warnings are
they're not just
carried over.
please try to do better. No. It's serious.
So it's of his own making this.
Yeah.
As well. So it's not on, I'm afraid.
No.
Avoidable. Right. Sebastiano, lap 8. Is it lap 8 though, Sebastian? Is it actually lap 8?
Or is it someone else's lap 8?
Lap 8. 14:35. Well, so it's got we've run 16:30 now. So let's go to Mr. Alfano and see if it's his lap 8.
Yeah.
But so it might be this one. Right. So this is now lap 8. So 14:35. So we've done it from.
Yeah. Could people please take it from their
own
camera and time, not the other cars?
Right. So he's.
And then he's driven out. Right. Okay.
Right.
That makes sense now. So he's lost control.
Yeah.
And then just driven. Is he
all the way off the track?
No, he's not quite all the way off track. It's just causing a collision. You can't do that. I know we had one earlier from Sebastian, and obviously we now know that people are putting it in on the other person's lap, not their own.
Yeah.
Is it worth looking back at that?
I did. I looked at both.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So, but let's just point something. Let's break this down. But let's point something out here and reiterate from the Bahrain race as well, where he didn't hold his brakes. He's held his brakes here. Watch.
Yeah.
And it's remarkable how quick you stop when you hold your brakes.
Yeah.
So,
and it's raining.
Yeah. So you can see the difference of why the penalty was applied in the first one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well done.
But
good point.
But if there's other cars coming, you can't just drive straight back into the middle of the track.
And then drive off without waiting and at least doing the gentlemanly thing and going, I'm sorry, and letting him back through.
Yeah. So it's a 10-second penalty for avoidable incident. Avoidable. And where's poor Sebastian ended up? That's that. Okie dokie. And that is everything. Thank you very much.